Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Penguin Tech here. Today I'm going to install RGB strips into my PC, and here is my RGB strips here. This is a 150 cm or 1.5 meter RGB strips here that I'm going to install into my Fractal Design Nano S ITX case here. I bought this in Taobao for about 30 ringgit here, which is about less than 10 USD. This is a very cheap method to RGB-fy your PC here. So as you can see, this RGB strip is powered by a Molex cable. Alright, and it actually has some controls on it. As you can see here, this is the mode. It has a few modes here, or for example static lights such as blue, green and red. The speed here, or you can change the color. You can change it to blinking or rainbow or all sorts of color here. One of the downsides is that you must open your case to change the lighting mode, but given that this is only 30 ringgit, it's okay. So as you can see here, it's very long here, and I've applied my own double tap on the back of the strips here because it actually came with its own double tap at the back, but then I have used it so it's not sticky anymore, so I start to apply my own double tap here. Here's to look at the LEDs here, and as you can see, if you actually want to control your length, you can actually cut at this golden tag point and it won't affect other LEDs. So for example, if you cut out here, you can shorten your RGB strips, but I wouldn't prefer to do that. And so I'm going to install into my case. Let's begin. This is my case here. This is the Fractal Design Nano S. So the first thing I'm going to do is to check whether I have a Molex cable inside, and if I don't, I'll have to connect a Molex cable to my power supply. So I'll go on by opening the side panel where I store all my cables. Yep, it doesn't seem like I have an empty Molex cable for this PC. And so I'll have to install this cable to my PSU and then route it to the back of the case here. So let's begin. I'll have to open the other side of the panel as well. So the power supply I used is the Superpower SF650 Silver rated and 80 plus as well. So I'll have to install this. Let's see. There we go, we got it through, and the only pin I'm going to use is this one. So I'm going to try to find a place to tuck it in, somehow like this. Alright, next is to plan how to route this cable to my case. Install it here, and then kind of tuck it somewhere around here. Hopefully my other panel doesn't block it. Okay, so I know that I'm going to route it here. So I'm going to route it here, and to estimate how do I route it in the case. Let's pull it through. Okay, then turn around the case again. Better not put it too all inside the case because I want this controller at the back of the case. So that I can access it from the back of the case. And it's quite hideous if I leave it inside the case if it's actually visible. Turn around the case just to see how we are going to route this RGB strip. Now as you can see, this RGB strip is actually very long. It's actually too long for this case. For information, this RGB strip is 150 cm. So I don't think you should buy I think 100 cm is actually enough for this kind of ITS case. So right now we are going to try to plan how we should route this cable. Well, now I'm just going to route this here, and then here, One problem is that it's going to get stuck here when I install my panel back, so I'm going to have to be very careful. But I know I can force my way in, but maybe it will damage some of the LEDs here, but we'll see. So right now it's about like this. As you can see, there is still a long RGB strip, extra RGB strip here, so I really don't want to cut it though, so maybe I'll just leave extra LEDs at the back of the case. Yeah. So let's redo it again. Pull some more back. I think I'm just gonna put all the way back here and then let the strip run up to like somewhere around here. So maybe I can start sticking from here on and then route it back here and see how much I need to pull it back. So now I'm going to peel off all the double tap here. Start by routing it from here on and then we'll see. This kind of corner I must make it stick on all around the corner so that I'll use up all of my RGB strips here. And trying to pull to make the RGB strip as straight as possible. So you can see here I can't stick all inside here because there's some kind of screw in here, but we're going to ignore it for the time being. And then now onto the top, make sure it's sticking all the way in. Just going to stick it outwards. And then try to turn it nicely so that I actually stick on top of the exhaust fan as well. I want it to be on the top of the case. Okay. And I think that's all. Let's turn the case around back, and as you can see we have some extra LEDs at the back here, so I'm going to try to think of how to tuck it back. So yeah, I'm thinking the best to put this here, force this in here, and as you can see in the inside, when I pull the cable down back, it's like this, and so it's still quite tidy, not the tidiest but still okay. Now I'm going to try to power on the computer here, so we'll see the light effect. Okay, now I'm going to try to power it on. Oh, as you can see, this is the current lighting mode now. As you can see, it looks very good, and you can see the lights are quite evenly spread out, I must say. Looks like the case looks really nice right now with all the colorful LEDs. Now let's try to close the light and see the effects. Not bad, I would say, really not bad. Now this RGB LED has a few features, a few modes. Maybe I can try and play around with it. So I'm not sure if you can see, but I'll try my best here. I'm clicking the modes here. Oh, yep, this is the blinking mode, and maybe I can change the color and the speed. This is even slower, this is the fastest, and maybe I can change the color as well, like this is red, blue, green, purple or pink, light blue or skyline blue, yellow, white, pink, another pink. So as you can see, there's a lot of color you can choose from. And let's go try the mode. Now this is static mode. Currently it's static mode. Linking mode. This really hurts eyes though. No, I don't like this as well. This is the rainbow mode. This is the one that I like the most. Now I'm going to go for this. And you can actually change the speed well for the rainbow. Like this is a bit slower, slower and slower and slowest, I guess. But you can change to this one. Alright. Now I'm going to try to put my panels back and see how it goes. I have my panel on it and it looks really good. Now let's try to close the light. Damn, it looks really nice. Alright. Alright, so that's all for me guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to Penguin Tech and I'll see you next time. Ciao! Look, there's LED lights on the back of the case as well. How cool is that?